Alright, let's see. How... Looks like my audio seems to be good. Hey, Tyrion. If anything, this little intro song might be a little quiet. It's great because the intro song, because what that is you can just have it play in the background in OBS. It's not like I'm playing it through Foobar or something. And it must be internally super loud because I'm looking at the volume for it and it's way louder. Or at least the audio seems to be going way louder than how it appears through my mic interface. Or through my audio interface. So it's just, I gotta make sure to look at the particular thing. Actually, I should probably just have it so that it's not showing up on my, because I think if I go properties, okay, I guess not. There's a thing that I could have sworn that you can turn things on or off whether or not you want them to show on the OBS mixer.
Video game.
Video game.
Video game! Also side
What?
streams on it.
That shouldn't be. Did you just check? Try refreshing.
DLC right now, and maybe number 2.
That's number 1.
Try again. Nope. Yep. Wait. Yay!
I was gonna say I didn't change anything, so I don't know why that wouldn't, and it's not yelling at me.
Wasn't doing it before, but we got it.
I also just turned it on like a minute ago.
Video games. Video games. Video games.
Yep, it is always the thing. It's always the thing I gotta readjust because I had to reconfigure my thing. So, say something now.
Something now.
There we go. Yeah, I must have bumped my... Because I always have to... When I'm streaming and not streaming, I have to change the volumes. So, I think my Discord thing got bumped.
Yeah, I don't know. A couple of times I've had to readjust volume settings, even though, like, I was sure I had them all set to the right amount.
Well, it's also the thing, like, I was watching someone do stuff through Discord streaming, and it doesn't separate the audio between the people talking and the thing that they're streaming, so...
Yeah.
It's... I dislike that about... I like Discord streaming, but also I hate that it ties it to the same audio source.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually, I'm gonna be, putting my, Turtle Beach microphone to rest in a couple days, because I'm getting the Elgato Wave 3, which has a built-in voice meter type thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that'll be nice to have. And
Yep.
video games.
Why did that skip like 3
Video
seconds?
games!
Whatever. Alright.
Video games!
Let's go ahead and start.
I wasn't yelling at my roommate. Video games!
Thank you. Anyway, so, hello, and welcome to a Saturday edition of Retro Rank Rhapsody. Today, we are taking a look at a handful of consecutive stuff because we're continuing our 8-bit theme. And Compile is a company that was very active during the 8-bit era, and they are a company that... It's one of those companies that are kind of like Treasure, that they have a lot of notoriety to them, for better or for worse, so to speak. They were some very interesting, like the stuff that they did was rather interesting because sometimes they would do, like, they're mostly known for their shmups. Zanuck, Aleste, Guardian Legend, Gunak. They did a lot of shmups. Some of the stuff we're going to be taking a look at is some of their shmup. Well, a lot of their shmup. Yeah, some of their shmup stuff. That wasn't like Aleste or Zanuck based. But also, you know, they're also the people who were behind Puyo Puyo. So they kind of knew when they hit it big, they hit it big. But a lot of the stuff that they took a look at or they made doesn't really get a whole lot of press. Which is a shame, because they have some really interesting things. Like a long while ago, we took a look at Rune Master, which was a board game / RPG that they did. That was really good, really fun. Which actually, apparently, there's like 2 more of those, so I'll take a look at those one day. But that's not what we're taking a look at. Kind of blathering, but basically today, I am taking a look at kind of 2 things. One is their output for a platform that we have not taken a look at a whole lot of games for. In fact, I think we had our first game for this platform like a handful of episodes ago. It was one of the relief tries when we took a look at Girls Garden. That platform being the SG-1000, which is it is considered the Mark, if you are familiar with how consoles are named in Japan, the Master System is referred to as the Mark III. The Master System is essentially a very enhanced version of the SG-1000, which was the Mark I and the Mark II. The Mark II was a built-in card slot, and I think detachable controllers. But essentially the SG-1000 is in console strength. It is very similar to the ColecoVision, but also to the MSX, which Compile developed a lot of things for the MSX computer. So naturally, they were right in their wheelhouse doing stuff for the SG-1000. In fact, one of the games that we're taking a look at was originally an MSX game, but we're going to take a look at the SG-1000 version because for some reason I can't get the MSX. Every time I've tried the MSX version, it just feels weird. So yeah. Anyway, also it's weird because I actually have to use emulation for this stuff because the Mister was not behaving the way that I want. Also, I need to rewind for some of these games. Anyway, our first game is actually, like, I think it's one of the first games that they came out with that actually said the name Compile. I believe they had another name before Compile, which was like Producers 3. Like the super generic name. But they eventually changed their name to Compile, and this is one of the first games, I believe, and their name is Compile. And this is Hustle Chumy. This is a interesting game in which you play as, I'm guessing, Chumy, who is a rat who has to collect apples and bring them back to their home. So,
I'm rooting for the cats, just so you know.
Well, you got a Godzilla looking thing, you got a weird red panda thing, a robot, and a crocodile?
And a bat. Don't forget the bat.
And a bat. So, let's go ahead and start. Okay, so that is us at the bottom. We can move left and right and we can jump.
There's stuff floating in the river.
There's I think...
And a log.
I think that is stuff that is just, like, decorative. But also, the thing is with the apples, as you collect them, you go slower. Oop. And then sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's weird to jump off the...
full.
Yes, we are full. Except we can still carry stuff. So it's kind of the flicky thing where you kind of want to... You get more points for carrying everything.
I like how we're using the... Instead of the put the name of the game on the screen at all times, like in Europe, there's just like, no, we don't care about the name of the game, just remember this was made by Compile. Yeah,
it's weird, because they don't really do that a whole lot. Which I'd say knowing some of the games that are later on. Also looks like we're collecting flan now. Yep, that has a cover on it.
Yeah, there's definitely flan. I've never had.
I've tried flan once and I was not a fan.
It's like a pudding, isn't it?
Yes.
Could you say you were not a flan?
I was not. Also, although technically it was Mexican custard, which I think is technically different than flan, but it's like a similar thing.
I'm looking this up. I only knew about flan because of Courage the Cowardly Dog, I'll be honest.
Yep.
I only know about it because of Monolith.
Is flan a Mexican? That's an interesting question to ask.
I don't think the flan itself is Mexican. I mean, I know
flan is a custardy Mexican dessert made with eggs, milk, and some sweetener.
Oh.
So it is in fact a Mexican.
Okay, and it looks like we're getting rice now?
Or an egg? Kind of looks like an egg cup.
Right, we have a projectile of some sort. Which seems we have infinite?
I don't see a meter or anything.
There we go. You gotta do the thing like it's in Castlevania where you gotta backdash in order to get speed. And now we're getting burgers. Yeah, essentially we've seen the entire game.
Only 4 levels? Wow.
Oh, right, these take multiple hits. Yeah, because I don't think there's any more, like... Oh yeah, those things are invincible. I don't think there are any more enemy types. I think, if anything, it might just get a little bit more complicated and more food stuff. But I don't think it's like, oh, hey, once you hit level 5, something changes. Come on. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Very much reminds me of, like, the, like, something you would find in, like, a ColecoVision. Just very simple. But you don't... Everything doesn't need to be, like, super complicated. Though... This game might be a smidge too simple.
Look, there was only so much you could do on the SG-1000 at this point.
Yep. I like that you can hit the thing more when it's in the dying phase. And it'll change colors, but I don't think it'll actually do anything. There we go. I actually think trying to jump actually made me slow down there. There we go. Yep, that's... Oh, now the ladder is partial. So I don't think we can climb up it. Alright.
Could have sworn I saw a partial ladder in one of the previous levels.
Maybe. I might just have completely missed it. Oh.
Oh!
Yep, those things jump. I hate the fact that
Sorry, what were you saying?
the one thing that I was thinking, I was like, this just reminds me of Pac-Mania.
Mm.
And that's it.
It's a cute little game.
Yeah, it's very simple, but you know, in 1984, that's all you really need. Alright. Put that on board. Okay. Also, I've gone ahead and added stuff to my ranking playlist. And I'm just gonna play a random one. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's simple enough. It's a little stiff at some points, which is kind of hard to get across, but like, it's fine. Doesn't blow you out of the water, but let's see, what do we got at 11?
Where's Flicky?
Flicky? Flicky's much higher, but I really like Flicky.
I don't think I was here for that.
I was very early on. I would definitely say Flicky's a much better game than that. I'm just trying to think, just trying to see if I have like a early 80s, like, okay, Disc of Tron. Kangaroo. Which is not really similar, but it's of that same style of just very simple mechanics. Let's see, Burger Time's at 9. I kind of feel I'd rather play Burger Time than that.
Well, they also have kind of different. I mean, like their mechanics are slightly different. With Burger Time, you're assembling a thing. With this one, you're just collecting items.
Yeah. I don't think I really have a whole lot of things I could compare that to.
True. Yeah, I can't really argue against that, really.
Yeah, there's just not... Oh, it's not... I don't really have a good comparison thing with this. Teddy Boy Blues is at 10. Pipples. Clax. Forest. Dark Adventure. Something about it just feels like I feel like these games that are in 10 are just of a slightly higher caliber. So I think I might just put this at 11. Athletic Land, which is another game of that same year. Fox and Forest. Lemonade Stand. I think I'm just gonna go 11 and just call it there. Like that game's okay. Like I don't have anything. It's like it's neat. I don't want to spend a huge amount of time just trying to figure out the things. I'm just gonna put it at 11. I don't know if I'd put any charms for it because the music was there, but nothing else really stood out. So, I think let's just go ahead then and move on to our next game. Which, our next game is the one that... This was originally an MSX game, but it got ported to the SG-1000, and I believe both ports are essentially the same. Like, there's some... Like, UI is, like, slightly different on the MSX version, but it's, like, it's practically the same game. Because they're running on very similar hardware. So, I am just going to do the SG-1000 version. So, this... Also, this is like when I was mentioning that, like, yeah, sometimes Compile just has really weird designs. This is definitely one of those games. Let me make sure that it's on screen. It is not. I did something that it's like games are loading faster here. There we go. So. Up. Up. There we go. This is CISO. It's a game in which you're in. It's a. Let's just get in the game because I feel like me explaining things is probably not as good as me just showing it.
I liked how they opened the level up.
Yeah.
The way it starts from the middle and then both sides go up. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of MSX games do stuff like that. So we are the dude who you can jump on platform or jump on trampolines. Also, there's seesaws. I kind of forgot what the... Oops. Yeah, don't touch that guy. Or actually, I think you can jump over there? Yeah, and you can squash him with the seesaw.
Weesh.
And yeah, I can't remember if this is a kill dudes thing or if this is a get stuff.
Can you shoot anything?
Nope. You just jump. Yep. Yeah, so it's kind of like Mappy in that case, but it's a little bit more active. I'm going to guess that this is a kill or squash people.
You can squash enemies with the thing, or you can like hit them on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I feel like the ceiling one seems more reliable.
Yep, you also get more points that way. If... Nope. Oh, he's even vulnerable when he's red? I'll just get the red. Or the flower. Also, there's timers that appear, and I'm not exactly 100% sure what the timers do. Unless it just reverts them back.
Well, that one reset when you activated it. So.
There we go.
And it resets to 40. So something happens to them after 40 seconds?
I have a feeling it's probably resets. So yeah, I see the little on the left or in the UI. I see that there's like the little hoppy things. Also, I completely was looking at the side and not paying attention to where I was. It seemed to go down when I killed someone, so I'm guessing I need to kill.
Oh yeah, I see there's multiple...
Okay, you're gonna...
There's a balloon that just went down when you did something.
Oop, come on.
There's that figure from the start menu. There's 5 of them, apparently.
There we go. Yep, and that just took down 2. Okay. Are the balloons enemies? They're not. But I could, like, push them to the side somehow?
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing, but... Wonder what happens if you get everything.
Probably get a point. Oop. There we go. Wait.
So that's weird. Each dude is worth 2 dudes.
Okay. Okay, I think I have to also get the cherries. Because I don't think I am exiting the level until I get them.
Mm-hmm. So it's more of a do everything.
Yeah, it seems like it. Come on. Okay, good.
Makes me wonder then if the balloons are required or if they're just there.
Probably. Oh, that's an interesting way of redoing the UI.
It's pretty clever. I like it.
Okay, it only just goes up 1. Oh, right. They can also seesaw you.
Ooh. It's a nice wrinkle.
There we go.
Okay, no, that one went down by 1. So there was something else happening. In
I killed 2 enemies at once. Twice.
Aha. Gotcha.
There we go. It seems like the balloons seem to work like... Oh.
The opposite of booze.
Yeah. Oh, and I see what the...
Or not. Right? Kind of like booze, but if you look at them, they flee.
Oh. Oh, this is a bad position, but... Oh. There we go. Okay. Because some of the yellow enemies seem to basically do what I was doing, but in reverse, I think. Or maybe not reverse.
Something makes the enemies stand still and let you take them out.
Well, they're standing on the seesaw.
Waiting for you to go to the other end.
Possibly, I guess.
Hmm.
There we go. Damn it. Oh, I need to grab this one anyway. Yeah, like this. There's a lot of games of this type in, like, this era, where it's just a lot of high concept ideas.
That seesaw went down to 0 and nothing happened, so I'm not sure what the timer is for.
I don't know.
Maybe it's not usable during that period? Like it can't be used to defeat an enemy?
Possibly. Like a banana. Wait. Okay, there we go. Oop. Okay. There we go. Wait, do I... Oh, this is tricky. Oh, do I have to... There we go. Got that one. Up. Oh, I have to jump from the ladder. Okay. Oh, I wonder if I have to... Oop. Oop. Nope. Up the ladder. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's not gonna work. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Probably shouldn't stand right there. Oh, man. Yeah, the getting into the flip them up is a little tricky. Also, man, I have to platform for the other yellow dudes. I wonder if I can get... Oh, also they changed type. That's interesting. Oop.
So I'm wondering what the... I think you might be right that the flashing makes them invincible to... Or not. Okay, never mind. I'll just shut up now.
The flashing is they're switching types.
I see. Thanks, game, for making me look the fool. I can do that fine myself, thank you.
There we go.
So what do the types do?
They changed behavior, essentially, because the purple ones seem to be after you. The blue ones, I'm not 100% certain what their thing is. And the yellow ones you have direct control over. Yeah, I think the red ones just go in a set pattern, like the red and green ones. And then the purple ones are more aggressive.
Find out.
Also, I'm about to time out. Oh, unless I... There we go. Oh, also the fruit gives you more time. There. Okay. Oop.
Apparently it's not a seesaw, it's a hand spike.
Oh, I didn't...
It's just a weird translation.
I don't think I've ever seen SG-1000 game do this before, because... So it has the little bouncy no thing so that it doesn't burn in the screen.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. You do have to do literally everything in order to pass the level.
Yep, that seemed to be the case. Also, I think we are good in seeing CISO. Okay, so. Again, that game's kind of tricky. Like, it doesn't seem like it works sometimes. Like, it's a really neat concept, but it's just kind of finicky. Also, one of the first times I think they used the compile one-up jingle. I'm just wondering if I should go 11 or 12.
I like 11 is fine for this.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's more interesting as a concept than Hustle Chumy, but it's a little bit inconsistent. So, I think 11's good for that. I will give it a thumbs up for the, or a light bulb for the idea. I just don't think it really catapults it well, or them actually do it well. And music was fine, but it's like, not right home about. And, sorry, I just got a... Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I think it's a good game, but it's also... It's an early SG-1000 game, so are actually mid SG-1000 games, so you have earliness involved. So, our next game is much more like, it's very much more Capcom, Compile Flare, or Fair. Yeah, I apparently need to drink more of my drink. And, yeah, so Compile, obviously, or like, one of the things they're definitely known for is their multitude of shmups. And, this next game is it's very interesting because this is an SG-1000 game that, it's like, it has a lot of the problems if you've ever seen MSX1 games in terms of scrolling. It kind of is a little jittery, which means a lot of shmups kind of look really not great. But as we'll see, this is probably one of the more technically impressive games for the SG-1000. And let me load it up. Okay, there we go. Now, there was an MSX port of this, but I think it is pretty much identical to the SG-1000 game, up to the point even having that Sega little splash thing. But yeah, this is Gulkave. Yeah, not really a whole lot else to say. It has some really weird mechanics there that, if you look here, it is a side-scrolling shmup, which is also very weird for Compile to do, because they were very much of that vertical style. And this has a lot of things that are very similar. Like, if you, like, they have that kind of enemy where it starts on either side and then kind of goes in the middle. So you'll see a lot of things that, if you're familiar with like Xanic or Aleste, that show up here, but it is kind of its own thing. Also, it's a health bar shmup, which is kind of rare in itself. Also has a very weird power-up system, but let's just go ahead and actually get into the game. Also, the parallax scrolling at the bottom looks a little jank, but it's actually kind of impressive. Also, I'm almost already dead. I'm actually dead.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is you know, kind of built off of Defender and the Atari Star Wars game. It seems.
Well, Defender, it's an auto-scroller, so not quite like that.
Not quite as much.
Also, this is one of the smoothest games on the SG-1000.
Yep. So the nice thing about it is that the area that you're in. So let me actually explain something real quick. At the bottom, you'll see that you have a fire and then a lot of boxes. So what this doesn't do the greatest thing where you have to like buy your power-ups. Basically, wherever your position is on that bar denotes a different weapon type. The thing with that weapon though, it's not a linear bar. It is actually a bar that it doesn't like go up and down in terms of like a set area. So a lot of this game, like I'll pick it up and you'll see. I'll advance 3 spaces, and I just get whatever weapons in that box. Also, I gain a little bit of health back. The thing is that it's not like the higher you go. Also, by the way, if you're familiar with Xanic, and there's a secret in Xanic, if you run into boxes, you'll get an automatic power-up. You can do that in this, and you get like a huge bonus, point bonus. You'll take a lot of damage, though, but you'll get a lot of points. Also, I can run into bullets. So yeah, it's a bit of a dick move, but also it's interesting. It's breaking up the monotony, I guess. And you might be wondering, oh, maybe if you look in the manual, it'll tell you exactly what the boxes are. Nope. If you look in the manual, it just says what possible weapons there are, but not what position they're in.
It's interesting.
Also, one weird thing about the difference between the SG-1000 version and the MSX version... Oh yeah, here I got the stupid, like, really overpowered weapon, which is just... Shoots like 6 shots, but the thing is, when it hits anything, it'll stop all of them. Which is weird. And see, yeah, so I advanced and now I got... Something that technically is not as powerful, although... I don't think you ever get, like, a really, like, a position that you're, like, screwed. So... You get, it's mostly you get things that are really good, and then you can just go down to something that is alright. Yep. Yeah, I really like their design. The design of having it so that anything, like the play area that you can like move in is not what's scrolling is really a good idea. Because it makes it feel a lot smoother. That is where, like, Gradius for the MSX and, like, a lot of scrolling shmups just feel really weird. Oop. Oh, I just hit the thing. Also, yeah, this game definitely has the thing... Oh, also there's going to be some slowdown. Because this is really pushing stuff out that it really shouldn't. Also, I think, is it just... Nope, it is a checkpoint system. Okay. I was gonna say, if I just, like... Whoop, if I just respawned, it'd be fine, but I don't.
I believe this is also one of the most expensive games on the SG-1000.
Yep! It is one of the top 4 most expensive games.
And the only one of those that's actually good.
Yep. Yeah, because a lot of the other ones are for that, the SG-1000 had a weird scheme, kind of like the MSX did, where it was kind of a standard rather than a platform. So there was a company that made clone SG-1000 game, like a clone SG-1000 system, called the Othello Multivision, that, the games on it were mostly not great. And then the other one that I remember being really expensive was a pachinko game that basically was non-functional. Or it wasn't non-functional, it was basically worthless. I do not understand the concept of video game pachinko. I don't understand the concept of pachinko in general, but...
I think it's all about the lights and sounds.
Yeah, but you don't even get that. Also, this is a compile game, so you're gonna have base bosses.
I feel like pachinko is just a worse version of pinball.
It kind of is. There we go.
Then again, I think all gambling sucks.
I
I
mean,
don't trust anything that's entirely luck-based.
I mean, yeah.
I mean... Yes,
Oops.
but also it's kind of like... A lot of things can be used as gambling, but then they themselves aren't really gambling. Like, you can play poker without gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solitaire, blackjack. You could play it for fun, but you know, once money comes into play, I'm like, no thank you.
Yeah, well that's... Yes.
I've only ever gambled with my own money once. And it was because we were in Las Vegas, and, I mean, you're in Las Vegas. You're gonna do it at least once. And I lost 43 bucks. And I was like, yeah, that seems right.
Yeah, that is a decent, like, that is a safe amount of money to lose in Vegas.
I was able to
Yeah.
turn free credits into $30, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Big payout, I'm out.
I mean, if you want like pachinko without gambling, that's basically Pebble.
Yep.
Yeah, Peggle's awesome. Peggle 2!
Peggle, yeah.
That's such a great gif, I love it. It makes me happy.
It's a, you know, I'm just not going to deal with that. Just going to go right past it.
Just imagine your job is to try to hype up Peggle 2. Bagatelle. Now, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, Bagatelle, that's a really early pachinko, where it's, imagine the pinball, like, you know, imagine having the launcher of pinball, but it's basically pachinko because you don't have any flippers.
Ah. So you just have the initial pull release and then
Yeah.
pachinko. Okay.
It's like at first pinball were essentially gambling machines.
Mm,
And then, you know, they actually made it more like
interesting.
that, and also like they added flippers, so they made it more. They made it legitimate. I'm kind of I want to get. There is 2 more weapons that we have not seen yet. The laser and something called the fireball blaster, which I don't know which box it's in. Which the laser is great because it just completely kills the game's frame rate. And yeah, there are 30 stages to this game.
Alright, so I'm on the right FAQ.
Oop. Oh, wait, what the hell's... Oh, right. I forgot. Compile has this fascination with enemies that you have to deal with in you have to deal with in non-traditional ways. So if I shoot that thing, it'll hurt me. But if I leave it alone, it won't go in my way.
Okay, the last block is the fireball blaster.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yes. You want me to read off the weapons?
I'm good.
Okay. What was the other one we didn't see?
The laser.
Laser. That is 12.
That is... Let's see if I look.
You're on 10 right
Yep.
now.
Oop, shoot.
2 more.
Oop.
10, which is the twin beam.
And I think there's like 3 variations of Twin Beam, which I believe is how many shots you can have on screen at once.
Mm.
Oop. There we go. Okay, so I just need a 1. A 1 or a 5, because I'm curious what the Fireball Blaster does. And yeah, it's interesting you can see a lot of stuff, because Zanuck, I believe, came out the same year as this. I believe that was an 85 game. And this game has a lot of similar enemy types, but it does not have the dynamic enemy placement that Zanuck had.
Okay, so there's also an addendum. When you're at level 10 and you get a red square with the number 1 on it, it automatically upgrades you to the fireball, but the meter doesn't represent that.
Okay.
So if you want a shortcut to the fireball.
Well, I think I'm at 11 right now. Yeah, I was wondering if it was like, okay, did I hit end of level? And it's just taking its sweet time. Oop. This is a lot of bullets for this period.
It's a very weird pattern, too.
Yeah, Gradius would do stuff like this as well. And Damn it. Damn it. Oh, here we go.
Barrier bonus. I feel like 30 levels is a bit much.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had a budget on how many games you were gonna buy, and you wanted it to last, then 30 seems fine to me.
Yep. Also, one thing about the game's manual that I don't know why I found this fascinating, but it did. Like, this game, like, was thought of, this is a Mark III game. Because there's a lot of mention of the Mark III in the manual.
Oh, you could not see what's happening in the middle at all.
Yeah, this is why having scrolling in an MSX game is usually a no-no.
Well,
There
the
we go.
colors just kind of don't work together.
That's true. But also the SG-1000 had 16 colors to work with.
Mm.
Also, to think about it, sprites for the MSX1 and the SG-1000 can only be one color. So our quote-unquote our sprite is actually two sprites on top of each other.
Huh, okay.
There was a game for the SG-1000 called Safari Race, which obviously you're in a car, but you're in like a back view. That's like 5 sprites on top of each other. What's this? Nope. Okay, so I need... Well, should probably get a 3, and then I'll get a 1, and then we can see what this Fireball Blaster is. Or alternatively, I could just move on.
You want to see a Fire Blaster?
Well, now we just need a 3, so let's go ahead and do that.
Almost there. I appreciate, because some games with the laser weapons kind of have really bad sound effects. I appreciate that this one's sound effects for the laser gun are actually quite, you know, and they're not.
They're
amazing
not.
to
They're
feel,
not.
but they're enjoyable. Yeah, it's bearable.
Nope, not a 5.
Does not want to give you that 3.
Damn it. Alright, boss time or just end of level time? Sorry, no bonus.
Oh, I see what it's talking about. It's how many hits you take.
Yep.
Gotcha. Pew, pew, pew.
Oop. Yeah, like Zanuck had a bunch of, or like had enemies that you'd have to run into in order to deal with them. Oh, this is a thick combination of things to deal with. There we go. Oh, you know what? Let's just play it safe with the 3. Ow. Oh, and the things stay. Okay, there we go. Also, one sec. Did I? Oh, I accidentally. Okay, my chatty died.
Chatty
Oh,
died.
no.
Oh.
There.
I forget what I switched. Oh no, I switched over to I think Stream Elements actually.
Well, it's the thing that I use to view the chat.
Right.
All right, is it boss time? There we go. Whoop.
It's interesting that the white one can be hit before the purple one.
Yeah. I think the purple ones are there to basically block.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see the laser thingy by level 10, maybe.
There we go. Oh, that's okay.
That's perfect.
Yep.
I think it even... Yeah, this is... Yeah. Yeah, that's a... Yep. Oh, does it have the thing where the closer you get... Yep, the closer you get to the screen, or the end of the screen, the faster it shoots. Okay, I think we've seen enough of this. It's... Yep. It is in fact a shmup. Just curious, what compile games do I have so far? Yeah, definitely better than Godzilla. Godzilla-kun. We have Puyo, Zanaki X, Guardian Legend at 11, Garudic at 10. Ghostbusters for the Mega Drive, Alien Crush. Okay, so Aleste proper is at 9, which I feel like Aleste is a better game.
Yeah.
So, go down to 10. That's Garudic, which I'd say it's at the same level as that. Garudic is kind of its own, an interesting little game in itself. It's balls hard, but it's interesting. Whereas this is, it's a pretty decent game. Like, it is definitely one of the more technically impressive games for the SG-1000. As a shmup on its own, it's a little basic, but still pretty decent.
Probably a charm for technical achievement or something.
Yep. Yep, Compile did Lunar Pool, which we're going to talk about very shortly. Do I have a technical? An historic moment. You know, I'm just going to... let's see. You know, this might sound condescending. I'm gonna give it a gold star.
Wow.
Because it's like, I can't think of anything that's like really technically impressive. Or maybe, actually, no.
Have you seen SG-1000 games? Like, this runs ridiculously well for an SG-1000 game.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. I think other than that, I think it's fine. I can't really think of anything else to specifically call out. So that's pretty good. So next game is actually one that was invalidated because we did this during a race, so it might have gotten put down a little bit lower than where it probably deserved. But also, since I'm actually invalidating it, I am actually going to do some a little bit extra because I've actually probably was not able to get it to work at that time. And we're actually going to take a look at a few versions of this game. So, Lunar Pool, also known as Lunar Ball, came out in 1985 for 3 different platforms. And we're going to take a look. Oh, actually, I take that. Wait. It says 1983, but I don't think that's right. Okay, which one is... Here we go. So, our first one that we're going to take a look at is the PC-88 version of Lunar Pool, which we'll probably look at a short amount of time for reasons you will see very shortly. The NES game runs pretty much well on anything now. It's actually great that the Wikipedia page for Lunar Pool mentions that it was put in a lot of Famiclones. Which is true. Like, it's also funny because it mentioned a very specific model of Famiclone too. I think it's like the PowerJoy 3. Which is actually one that I did have. That looked like an NES controller, or a N64 controller. Okay. Okay, there we go. So. Lunar Ball, designed by Lunarian.
A strange ball game.
Yep. And this is the very first version of Lunar Ball. So, what I'm going to imagine, because the thing with Compile is that because they initially started as basically a group of friends, from what I recall, that all had like pen names, quote unquote. Like they had basically screen names back in like early 80s. And the guy who developed this game was Lunarian. So I'm wondering if that's why it's called Lunar Ball. But also later versions we'll see play with friction and some other things. Yeah, so let's actually... Oh, there we go. Okay, so at the face of it, it's a pretty standard pool game at start. Got a little power meter in the bottom left. The UI is not great. The ST is stage. The TM is, I believe, tries.
Total moves, I think.
Total moves, yeah, that makes sense. Koyo, you say that, but that's what a lot of us did, was frictionless. Which is probably why it ended up very low. Yep, and I think I have one more move. Because, yeah, basically the way this works is you have three... You have to sink a ball in 3 hits, or else you lose a ball. Or you can scratch and also lose a ball that way.
So you're doing the VR chat version of Lunar Pool?
I guess. A lot of my times playing this was, or when I was testing, was me making shots, missing the shot, and still getting it in on bullshit. Why at least get to the next stage to show off that there are other different shapes to the stages. Playing it.
Okay, you can totally get any ball now in.
Yep, you don't have to do it in any order. I don't even think you get any bonuses for it.
No, I meant like your possession in a way where...
Oh, right, like, yeah.
It's very easy to hit anything. And I basically went for the 3. Went for the 1 instead of the 3.
I probably should have gone for the 3, yeah. think I lost. Yep. Alright.
What a strange ball game.
Yeah, I just love the fact that it just says that on screen at all times. It's why I love this era of game, or of computer game. So there. Oh, this one doesn't even have different shapes. It's just the opening, or like the opening I don't know what I expected there.
Wow. You didn't play yourself, you played the game. Or you didn't play the game, you played yourself.
Yep. Anyhow. No choosing stages, no nothing, it's just you start from the beginning. Yep. Okay, I just wanted to show off the PC-80 version a little bit. I'm not ranking that because I don't want to. So.
I mean, ranking this would be sheer lunacy.
Yes.
I do love me some pool.
So, next version we're going to take a look at is the MSX version. Which is where we actually start to, you know, if you're familiar with the NES version, you can actually, like, hear and see some of the things that came out of that version. So we can at least see, we can at least do, you know, level select, like the NES version. Only 32 stages instead of 60. I don't know exactly what the differences between the rules are. And you can actually select friction, but you don't have as finite detail of friction changing that you do in the NES game. And yeah, it controls very similarly to the PC-88 version. Although you can actually, you know, move the cursor in and out. Oh yeah. Also, man, I love the Lunar Pool music, or Lunar Pool music. That should have gone in.
That is a choice shot right there.
Damn it.
Oh, it doesn't do the sad fade.
No, you don't get the... You don't get the meow. Yeah, and the stages are a different shape in this one. And yeah, I think they only have... I can't remember if in the NES version if they were all 6 stages as well, or 6 ball as well. So I thought some had different variations. This also does remind me that there is a... someone made an editor where you can make your own Lunar Ball, or you can hack... Basically, it's an easy-to-do hacking tool for the NES version of Lunar Ball. And what someone did to test it out was to essentially... That was dumb. Make every stage in Lunar Pool, but tiny. So it's like super cramped. But yeah, these games are nice, or like Lunar Ball is nice because it's like, hey, what if pool was also mini golf?
Are you playing against the CPU?
Nope, you can.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I'm playing against myself, which is my greatest enemy in this game.
Exactly. Playing against your own hubris.
Also playing against my desire to make ball go over the board very fast. And then that usually happens.
I don't know if I've ever said this, but pool is actually something I'm very interested in.
It's an interesting thing.
Like, I can't do the trick shots and shit, but it's fun to watch them. I wish I could do trick shots and I just hustle dudes.
That would trick shot a little low.
We had a pool table in, or we used to have a pool table, and I miss having a pool table.
I mean, you're an adult. You can make adult decisions like buying your own pool table.
Yeah, I don't feel like spending. Well, one, I don't have the space for it. Two, I don't feel like spending like $6,000 for a pool table.
Oh yeah, no, they're fucking expensive.
They're also incredibly heavy.
They are. They are. They're also very sturdy.
Okay, but what about air hockey?
Air hockey's also good too.
Air hockey is, yes, very good. Anyhow.
Let's see. Air hockey.
Lunar hockey. You cannot compile.
There we go.
Air hockey table, $423.
Yeah, air hockey tables, weirdly enough, are much cheaper, but they're also probably not arcade quality. Anyway, that is not. I just figured I'd show those two versions off because, you know, they exist. But also, that is not what we're here for.
Yeah, we're here to correct a grave injustice.
I had this game growing up, and I remember playing it a lot. And yeah,
Dig the VOD and see who it was who said this should go low.
It was probably Oozworm. Because I remember during that race, I think it was 6 of us, and 3 of us were doing frictionless only, and we all managed to get ourselves into a soft lock at the same time.
Yeah, that's why you don't play frictionless.
Yeah. Alright, so when they brought it over here, they just called it Lunar Pool. But, yeah. Okay, so same kind of thing as the MSX game, but you have 60 stage in this one, and you have more granular. You can go up to 255, which, you know, lower means you're going to go more, but also it's going to be harder to stop. And it goes in 255, you're basically going to go like 3 meters and then stop.
3 meters? Holy shit. You can like cross 3 pool tables that way.
Or 3 cent. Look. Let's start. Okay. Okay. Yep, that's usually what happens.
Good job.
Okay, I have to call out that the middle pockets are not even, and it's bothering me.
What do you mean they're not even?
They're not flush with the corner pockets.
I don't see the issue.
I mean, there's going to be much worse later on.
I know, but a standard pool table, all the pockets line up. So this
Oh,
one has...
like, you don't like they're halfway in?
I don't like that at all.
Okay, I mean, this is Lunar Pool, though. Like, the boards are gonna get wackier.
I'm going to have the song stuck in my head.
This song has some pretty good remixes online.
Also, it's great that for Taz's for this game, they have to intentionally screw up shots because if you get your bonus chain, like if you just keep on getting it in, it'll take like 30 seconds to rack the points up for the bonus. You also get enough points in the bonus that you will get like 10 lives out of it.
I like that they no longer claim that this is a strange game.
Very normal game on the pink moon.
Okay.
I imagine a task of this would be super interesting to watch.
It is. Oh yeah, I guess they all are 6-ball. I just never really thought about it. Okay, this is gonna be a dumb idea, but... that's not what I was expecting to happen, but oh well. Made it. Okay.
Ah, you can do this, it's easy.
I didn't deserve that.
See, easy. Perfect game.
Yeah, here's where it starts to... this is where the pain starts.
Reminds me of a mini golf game I played a lot on the Game Boy.
I appreciate me Mr. Magooing half of these shots. See, that's usually what should happen.
Yeah, it's basically pool. For somebody who's not... if you're not, like, pool savvy, it's really just bumbling your way into shots half the time. Which is how I do it.
Okay, can I get a little bit of angle so that I can get that thing, maybe... or am I gonna hit the corner? I think I'm gonna hit the corner. I didn't hit the corner, but also I didn't check to see what my power was at. Damn it.
Damn. Amazed that collided.
Okay, we're good. Okay. Is this a Z? Oh no, this is that one. This is the
The
Sager's.
hourglass.
Oh, so it does go up. Okay, so it does go up more than 6.
I assume you get like a big bonus for going in order.
I don't think you actually get anything from it.
It's a rip.
I think they just label it just so... I don't know. Maybe you do it, I just
It was
never...
more authentic. I'm looking up guides to check that, but I now saw some cheats that seem like a good way to break your console.
How so?
To change the game over background music, reset the console 10 times.
Huh.
To level skip, US version only, reset the console 58 times and press select mid-level.
Okay, that makes more sense because I did see that, on the Mister, when I was just toying with it, I did see that there was a level select skip cheat. But yeah, I know, like, Excitebike has a thing where the title music changes, like, something every time you reset. Okay, I was about to say I didn't deserve that one if it went in. Sometimes it's just shots that I get pissed off if I... Oh, god damn it.
So if I'm reading this right, the point system in this is kind of strange, where you get points multiplied by the number on the ball. So like, a 3 is 30, a 6 is 60, and so on. But if you hit like consecutive balls, then multiply. So like, if you hit 3, it's gonna be 30, and then if you hit 6, it's gonna be 120.
Huh.
From what I understand. So you want to do them in order, but only if you're managing to like hit them in a row properly. Because then like the higher ones get multiplied even more. So yeah, there's a point to doing them in order.
Huh.
I don't know why, but
Dang.
the music's giving me kind of like mini game feels. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I can... Yes. Okay,
I'm not
here's the
saying it's
Z.
bad, it's got this interesting sound to it.
Okay. This is gonna be a dumb idea, but...
Worked. It
Yeah.
worked really well, actually.
Yes.
Okay. Also, you do get an ending if you beat all 60 stages in one go. I don't think it's beat stage 60, it's beat them all in one go. Damn. Oh yeah, and it's just text, but
You get congratulations. You have done all stages. Thank you.
It's very polite.
God damn it.
That's one of my favorite things when playing pool is missing the shot by just a hair.
I mean, keep in mind, when I beat Shinobi for the Master System, I didn't even get text.
I mean, you got text, it just said game over.
That doesn't matter.
Not every game can be Enduro Racer. Which we're going to be taking a look at next Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're probably gonna do the Japanese version, right?
Is that the one that has the ending?
No, the ending is in the US or Western version, but that one has half the stages that the Japanese version has. Because they wanted to be cheap on the cartridges. So if you play the Japanese version, you actually get better pacing on the stages. If you play the Western version, you get half of the stages and you play them twice until you beat the game. But you also get the ending.
I want the ending.
Yeah.
The ending is like the best part of that game.
It's always time to play.
Damn it.
I mean, it's not a difficult game, but I think the Western version is harder because the pacing, because different tracks require different upgrades for you to like beat them properly. Because I remember when I played the Japanese version, the upgrade sequencing was really important, and it's hard to do it in the Western version because it skips like some of the easy stages.
There we go.
Nice.
Sometimes my brain just goes on autopilot in this game, and I just want to hit the ball and make it go as like fast as possible. Apparently if you if the power bar is just blank, then it just doesn't do anything. Like, doesn't, like, waste a shot or anything, it just doesn't do anything. Also, I'm pretty sure we're gonna game over on this one.
Well, with that attitude, yes.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, or I can just... Again, or I could just Mr. Magoo my way.
Damn, look at how fun this game is when you're not playing frictionless.
Yeah, weird.
Weird.
I think I did also play it normal.
Like playing Serious Sam on Tourist mode and being like, why is this game so easy? It's pointless, there's no challenge to it. Ranked 16.
This is a neat take on pool.
Yes. Piss! I knew I was going to screw it up at the last possible moment.
At least it's
Oh,
not
God.
as bad as scratching on an 8-shot. I've had times where I've lost because I scratched on the 8-shot, and it's just...
It always sucks.
It's just like, god damn it.
It also didn't help the fact that half my friends I played pool with did not play that way, and I try. It's like, oh, you scratch on the 8-ball, and it's like you lose. I'm like, no, we don't. What are you talking about?
There's also if I remember correctly, there's also a less commonly done one, which is if you scratch on the first shot, you instantly lose.
Damn it.
I don't know if that's an official rule, but that is one I have heard. And I kind of like it, because it's just like, if you suck that bad, you might as well just end the game right then and there.
I just re-rack and just... I was gonna say, I scratch on breaking multiple times.
Really?
Like, sometimes you just try and go for an angle, and it just doesn't go.
Oh, I see what you mean. You hit them in, but the resulting chaos knocks the cue in. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being more than just, like, missing all of the balls entirely. Which can happen. I actually have my own full cue that I bought from Spencer's.
Ah, I score. So yeah.
Lunar Pool.
Lunar Pool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a fun little game.
So what was the old rank for this?
I forgot. I think it was like 14. It is definitely going at least 8. Because I see Capcom Bowling, I see Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, Golden Tee Golf. That's it. What's this? Neketsu Street Basket. Super Baseball Simulator 1000. Let's look at 7. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for the Game Boy Advance. Sanrio World Smash Ball.
I think that's a neat comparison. I probably put this a bit,
Okay.
like maybe a step higher above.
Yeah, because Minnesota Fat's Pool Legend for the Saturn is at 7.
Hmm.
What's on 6?
No, that's who.
Let's see, Sega Bass Fishing.
I mean, I wouldn't mind calling this the Sega Bass Fishing of pool games.
Or the NBA Jam.
Or the NBA Jam of pool games, yeah.
Or the Jet Set Radio.
I think this is I think this is a very good game. People take for granted because a lot of people have played it, but I think it's actually really good.
Yeah, I am perfectly fine with putting that at 6.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very clever twist on pool.
Justice has been served.
There.
Compile has been redeemed.
There. And now because it was so early on, I didn't even get charms. I'm putting Earworm for that music.
Good music.
Yeah, and I think
I put in thumbs up for gameplay, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, I was also thinking of just putting Simply Fun.
Yes, that's good. I put that for the gameplay, even.
There. And there.
Yeah.
There.
They did a lot of clever little twists.
Yeah.
I mean, it just handles very well.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, why is Arkanoid so good? Because Arkanoid's ball bouncing feels very good. If it felt bad, everybody would hate it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now it just has been served. I'm gonna go AFK and make popcorn.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, on to our next game, which is the not so well remembered sequel to Lunar Ball. Because people on the internet, for some reason, think that this game is actually a is that Lunar Ball is the sequel to this game, despite the fact that this came out a year after all versions of Lunar Ball, which makes me understand that people don't know how time works.
Time is confusing.
That I'm pretty sure you can't be the first in a series if you come out after the game that you're saying is a sequel to it.
Well, I mean, one month in 2021 was literally 12 years, so who the fuck knows how time works anymore?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Also, we are going back to the SG-1000. Well... Yes, you exist. All right. So. Oops, I forgot to do these. So yeah, it says Sega, but this is definitely compile. Oh, I got it there. I just didn't get it there. Okay. So as we'll see, this has very similar mechanics to Lunar Ball, except one thing is that you just put the cursor wherever you want it, which is slightly different. Also, the way that, because in Lunar Ball, you would shoot, you'd have 3 chances to, before, if you didn't make a shot, and then it would reset if you did make the shot. Here it doesn't reset, so good luck.
I wonder which pool game was the first one to introduce the shot indicator.
I am going to guess Side Pocket. Or there was an arcade one that I forgot what it's called.
I find pool games interesting specifically because you need to have extremely good physics written into it for it to go proper.
Yep. So, the thing also that's really annoying is that the only holes are in the 4 corners. Those little green diamonds in the center, those aren't explicitly holes. However, it'll better be shown in later levels, but you can technically get them through. Because this game does some weird things in terms of how to bank shots. And yeah, it's weird because this has, like, edge physics, and that'll make sense later, because height is actually going to play... Actually, maybe I can do it here. Okay. Actually, let me see. Okay, maybe if I angle it here. Yeah, so you can get it to basically launch off the table, and that counts. So yeah, the thing that this game introduces is height.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Which means
How's this gonna play out?
So if I remember correctly, because we're technically on a higher thing, I think... Okay, that one wasn't a good showcase. If I remember correctly, if you hit it hard enough and you're close enough to it, you can send it just straight off the table.
Oh, okay. Guess it still counts, huh?
Oh, damn it.
okay, I think that's only like a three arrow tap to get it back up there.
Wait, what? That did not seem accurate to physics. Okay, you know what? I can... Nope. Damn it. Perfect. Actually, you know what? Damn it. Also, the really annoying thing about this particular game is that there is no, continue in this one. So you have to start from the beginning every time. Whoops. I did the opposite of what I wanted to do there. But yeah, the physics for this is actually, like, pretty decent. There we go. Gliding and sliding. Also, now there's just a chunk of the table that's just not there. Whew. Oh, what fresh hell is this? Whoop. Oh, what? Oh, do you just have to, like, That is... Okay. Also, I wonder, is this just directional, or is this actually, like... No, it's just directional. Okay. 4? No, it's... How do you do this? Oop. Oh! It doesn't matter. That's weird.
Okay, this looks okay, I thought it was harder than it looked. I was wrong.
Yeah, I was expecting it was like, oh, you have to keep it there, but apparently it doesn't count. Or actually, no, it does count. It just, you get an extra life whenever you complete a stage. Oh, this one looks... like... rude. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering, if it's just like a challenge. Also, I just noticed, I think something is weird is going on with the shot count. Oh, so it does actually work like Lunar Pool where it resets. You just have 6 extra shots, it seems.
Is this Lunar Pool at home?
No, this is Lunar Pool, but an asshole.
Elden Pool.
Yes. I just like the background for this, like, this background where it's just gliding and sliding. Also, I think there's actually an Easter egg with the yellow one where if you hit it enough times, it'll break and it'll turn into a flicky. Oops. Yep, a flicky. Like the, Sega Bird. Oh, what fresh hell is this? Yeah, let's see if I can do that. Okay, I was wondering if it would glide over or not. It did not seem to do that. Oh. Yeah, it's weird that this gives you like a par, where if it's like, oh, here's like a few extra free shots that we'll just give it to you, so you can get in position, and then after you use all those other ones, then you'll get your standard Lunar Pool 3 shot.
This seems to be more slopes oriented rather than layout oriented.
Yep, it is. Yeah, the fact that it has slope technology now, they just use it in its entirety. Like,
Kampala was like, we figured out how to do slopes, and now you're gonna see all of them.
we figured out how to do slopes, and we're gonna make it your problem.
I think this
I
is
mean,
fast.
I think that's pretty true for most game companies and tech they figure out. Just look at Half-Life 2 and seesaws.
Yeah.
Like, how many times will you do a seesaw pause in Half-Life 2? And the question is rather, how many times won't you have to do it to progress?
Damn it. This stage is an asshole.
Yeah, this one looks tough.
There we go. Nah, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Wait, is that entire stage with ice physics?
I don't think it's ice physics, but look at that slope.
Oh, it's like double slopes, okay.
Great.
Oh, then I could just yeet it over the side. Okay.
Oh, there's all bounds too. Wait,
Yeah.
does the out bounce a hole or?
So it's basically height. It is if you hit it, if you're high enough, you'll go over the. It's trying to represent that basically if you launch it over the edge of the table.
Hmm.
But yeah, you have to do it in a specific way.
Does it count as a point or do you just?
Oh
lose the
yeah,
ball?
it counts.
Oh, okay, interesting. I thought it was a penalty.
Nope.
This
Yeah,
should have been called Lunar Pool because that's lunacy.
Yeah.
Teaching players bad habits.
Anyway, I think I'm good on Champion Billiards. If you are Bobby Games, that this is somehow the prequel to Lunar Pool, even though it came out a year after.
Nice little bit of shade there.
To be fair, I think also Sega Retro also says that it's a sequel, or that, yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I like that. Like, I think it gets knocked down a point from Lunar Pool simply because the fact that you can't continue and you have to play every stage in order. I know prequels can come out after, but that's not the point of this contention. So I'm thinking 7 for that. This is still pretty good.
Yes, the prequel to Pool, Paul.
Because, yeah, if you look at 7, Biomiracle Bukte Opa.
I have no issues with being a 7.
Circus Charlie, yeah. The Lunar Pool in Champion Billiards, it's more just a conceptual sequel and prequel.
The Lufia thing doesn't hold, Jiggly, because Lufia 2 is obviously meant to be a prequel, but there's no indication between Lunar Pool and, what's this one, Champion Billiards, that either of them is the first or second. It's just...
Yeah.
a continuation of what they started with Lunar Pool, in terms of design and mechanics.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm gonna give for difficulty. I'm gonna say give it that one because that's gives an asshole.
That was fun though.
Also, I'm gonna give the light bulb to it because I like how it's doing height, but I don't think it's. You don't have it's hard to do it without 3D representation. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that is good for Champion Billiards. So, we are now out of the realm of the SG-1000, and we're going back to the we are going to Compile's home, that being the MSX. And it is now time to, because we've taken a look at a good majority of the games in the Aleste franchise, particularly the ones afterwards, like Musho Aleste and Robo Aleste. But there's actually a few that we missed, which we will rectify that right now. And this one is probably one of the weirder games in the franchise. Let me check to make sure. Yep, that's working. MSX. So, this game it's Aleste Gaiden, and it takes place during the first Aleste game. That basically, it's like, the plot of the first Aleste, if I remember correctly, is, oh, hey, this bio monster attacks a city and is, like, causing havoc. That one dude's going to go into their home thing and take care of it. This is what happens during the same city as, like, the first stage. Like, how are they doing to protect it? And no, there's not meant to be... There's very little sound at this point. But also...
I appreciate the games for the Game Gear. They're just called the GG and then the game name.
Yes. Aleste Gaiden.
Okay, but that's a pretty good screen.
It is. That's the reason why I made it the thumbnail.
So wait, are you a ninja in this one?
Essentially, yes. So yeah, this is also a shmup. So it doesn't quite play the same as Aleste. Namely, you can do this. Oop. Oh, did it not? Okay, give me one sec. It did not save my controls. which is very inconvenient.
Oh, is it the shmup where you're actually running on the ground?
Yes. Yeah, and you can jump. So it's one of those weird shmups that's also kind of a platformer?
Yeah, I played a few of those. I guess the most well-known one is like Hockey and Rocky, but this one's more on rails.
Yeah. Also, you have options. Oh, it hit me. Oh, there's a dude coming from behind. Okay. Oh, shit. Also, this is one of those games that it's like a top-down game where you can jump, but also they kind of... Perspective's a little funky. In that you can jump into bullets that you probably shouldn't hit you. Also, I'm pretty sure this is the game that is the reason why Musha has the aesthetic that it does.
Man, they really destroy a lot of Statues of Liberty.
Yeah. Oh shit.
They just kept rebuilding it over and over, but it just kept getting destroyed.
Also, it definitely is a compile game because, hey, it's a base boss. Also, oh, actually, that one you can. Jumping over bullets is a little finicky sometimes. Oop. There we go. Also, I can't remember if it's this game or one of the games. I think this only has like 5 stages to it. It's either 5 or 8. Also, surprisingly for an Aleste game, your weapon, like, power tree is like super short. Like, I think it's like one advanced version, and that's it. Oops. Also, if you, like, get pushed off the screen, that'll kill you as well.
Like if you get pushed off the bottom?
Yeah, like if I do this. Also, what is the...
Oh, okay, we get squished. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Also, completely minimal UI is interesting. So I don't think... Can I do... Yeah, there's not even, like, not even, like, F1 to pause, which is weird. Because the MSX, joypad does not register a pause. So yeah, it's oddly minimal. Like the level, like the actual designs on like the side areas is like, or the sides of the screen is like alright, but from a gameplay standpoint, it's actually kind of bland. Wait. I think this music sounds like it's from something else. Like this is from Gobelius or something.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised considering the format of this as the Gobelius action stages.
This is true. Oops.
Also, man, this one looks a lot like a Master System game in
Yep.
terms of color palette and everything.
This is an MSX2 game, which gave it the more... This does put it more, I think it's slightly less colorful than Master System, but it definitely... I think technically has a better color palette than the NES. Which is not saying much.
I mean, that's... yeah, it's easy to have a better color palette than the NES.
Because, yeah, I believe that the MSX2 and the Master System shared a lot. Oops.
I mean, it would explain why Compot with so much from MXX to Master System.
Yeah. Because I know they have the same sound hardware. Or at least very similar sound hardware. It doesn't help, like, as you can hear, the FM pack, or the MSX audio, is the exact same FM sound chip that the advanced Master System FM sound chip. Like the soundtrack, the FM soundtracks to Gobelius sound identical. Although the MSX version has more songs in it. You got to jump. Oops. Oops. Okay, I don't think I need to jump. There we go. Yep. Not paying attention. Yeah, this area looks like it came out of Hockey and Rocky. Oh, I can destroy those. It's a shame because I think Aleste, like the two Aleste games in the MSX are a little bit more visually interesting than this.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's a shame because you're a giant robot ninja. You'd figure this can be a little bit more aesthetically interesting. But low. Whoop. Oh, I could run on those. That looked like walls, so I didn't feel like I could, or figure I could run on those. Huh. Okay.
I do appreciate that your options are just shadow clones of you.
Yep. This is a very goofy boss.
I'm gonna stab you. Here I come, I'm gonna stab you.
Boss design in this game is not exactly intricate.
Fight. I like how it's 3 of them. I don't know why that in particular amuses me, but it just does.
Whoop.
I think what I like most about it is there's 3 of them, and there's like only a very brief animation.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, this is the last stage. Oh no. Okay, you have a very generous jump. Oop. They're really trying with this song.
It reminds me of some Pac-Mania tracks.
Yep. They're just going up the town on whatever instrument they're using. Yep.
I have to check. That just made me think of something. I need to know if a specific musician has ever done any video game music.
Oop. Okay, no, we're gonna go over here.
Okay, as far as I can tell, Herman Lee has never contributed to a video game soundtrack. I want him to.
Is that Dragon Force guy?
Yes. Just imagine a soundtrack to a video game by Herman Lee where it's just, from beginning to end, it's a solo, and it's just like, yeah, I'm amped up, I'm ready to go, let's do this.
Definitely Rock Band.
That and Guitar Hero.
Oh, was it Guitar Hero that had?
It was originally Guitar Hero 3, Warriors of Rock.
Okay.
That it first appeared on and popularized it, and then it was added to future Guitar Hero titles as well as Rock Band.
Oh, hey, it's Bed of Chaos.
Oh, the best boss in the Souls games that everybody likes.
Battlecast is much better than certain things in Elden Ring.
Uh-huh.
Also, unless the floor tiles start breaking, this isn't really Battlecast.
Kind of looks like a Marlboro. Or Malboro.
That was a
They were later.
kind of a boring last boss.
That was the final boss?
Yep.
Ah.
That was, if Aleste Wiki is to be believed.
I see.
One has a wiki like us.
And Soft Lock. Good game. Okay.
Epilogue. Oh yeah, Dia 51's the computer from that went berserk in the first one.
Man, even the pilot doesn't look that interesting.
No. It wasn't even until the Aleste 2 where we actually got the good pilot. Wait, this is, I think, the game over music from the original Aleste. Oh, okay, so This is a alternate telling of the story of Aleste 1. This is another dimension of Earth's story that happened when Ray Wiesen, a pilot of the World Integrated Defense Mechanism, boarded Aleste and was fighting Dia-51 in the malformed plants it created.
I'm gonna slip out, but this was fun.
Yep, later.
Later.
So yeah, we are playing as Eleanor's father. And
And do we thank you for playing?
nope.
Gotta knock off a rank just for that.
Yep. Alright. I guess. Yep, that's it. Alright. So. That game was not that interesting.
Shame, because the premise is pretty good.
Yeah.
Did it feel good to play at least, or was it?
It
pretty
felt.
boring?
It felt fine, but there's been better games that have done it. Let's see what the other compile games we got.
Well, how about the other one you played in this stream?
This one, whether or not Gulkave felt better. I kind of would rather play Gulkave than that, so I guess 10 is our ceiling. I see Robo Aleste at 12. Which, Robo Aleste I'd rather play, even though that one's also kind of unfortunately boring. What shmups do we have at 13? Commando. Acceleration Sagiri, Air Garrett. Berserk. Insector X. Make You Hunter G. Mindstorm. Nam 1975. Random Bungling Bay, Raiden. Sagaya for the Game Boy. Thunderbirds. Thunder Force AC, which is Thunderbirds 3. Or Thunder Force 3. And Winged Warriors. Let's see, what do we got at 14? Altered Beast.
Was this more boring than Ultra Beast?
I'd rather play, I think, 13. Because I feel like this at least plays better than Altered Beast. For Charm, I'm going to put this for Wasted Potential. And I'm also going to put Light Bulb because jumping and shooting shmups I always found interesting, but this one didn't really do it that well. I'm going to give a nay for Oatmeal because that game's kind of boring. What it should be.
It's always great when you have something like, oh yeah, you play a Cyborg Ninja. It's like, oh man, that sounds exciting. So
Nope.
don't get too excited.
Yeah. I think that's good for that one. So, next game. We got Since I could technically have done Space Megaforce, which is Aleste for the SNES, but I decided to keep it 8-bit because that's what the theme that one was. So there are technically a trio, although really a duo, of Game Gear adaptations of Aleste that we're going to be taking a look at. This first one only came out in Japan. And I don't really have much else to say other than it's Aleste on the Game Gear, which I always feel weird playing Game Gear games on a big screen. But that's what we got.
These are different from Power Strike, right?
Yes, these are different than Power Strike. So despite the fact that the sequel's called Power Strike 2, this is different than Power... So, these games are different than the MSX Alestes and the Master System Alestes. They are their own thing. And yeah, this came out in 1991. I don't know if there's a 7 intro. Yes. So yeah, we are playing as Eleanor, who is the pilot from Aleste 2 for the MSX. Musha... I think also Robo Aleste. Alright. Okay, so... we got normal and special. I don't exactly know what the difference between the two is. I'm going to bet that special is probably a timed mode, like a caravan mode. So I'm just do normal. And yeah, it is Aleste, but tiny.
I wonder how readable the game is going to be.
Well, I mean, it was designed for a screen that had ghosting on it. Oh, actually I can do this. How does this look? That's gonna look weird, but... What is this? What does this do? Nothing. Oop. Give it a sec. There we go. Yeah, let's... Yeah, there we go. Get that ghosting on. Okay, so I got H, which I'm assuming is homing. Okay, I can't take that. Let's see, what's W? Right shot?
At least they're not doing the thing of hear the numbers and figure it out.
Yeah.
It's the one thing I really don't like about the early Aleste games.
Yep. That was also a thing that was in Xanac as well. What's D? That's weird. Oops.
Defense.
Yep, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, what are you? N. Napalm. Hope I want more of those.
I never actually played this one. I mean, it doesn't seem to be super busy, and, you know, so far it seems to run smooth, as Compile usually does make these.
Yep.
I know that the like Power Strike games on Master System are like really damn good.
Yep. Well, especially since those are pretty much just the MSX games, with the exception of 2. Because 2 is its own beast. Just should have taken a look at that, because I can't exactly remember if that is compiled that did Power Strike 2.
I I think they did both Power Strikes on the Master System.
Okay.
I think it, at least I remember them being credited on both.
Okay. Just weird because I figured that anything Compile would do would hit Japan, and Power Strike 2 did not hit Japan. Oop.
Also, I have slightly bad news for you.
What's that?
There's a new Vampire Saviors update.
Great!
Or Survivors. Yeah, the new evolution.
Is it the Rune Tracer?
Nope. Otherwise, I'd have be super excited. No, it's for the pentagram.
Great! The thing I never use.
I've got it evolved right now, and it's an okay evolution. It's not actually that useful.
Right.
Unless you want to farm money, I guess.
Oh, is it Stone Mask?
No, it's with the crown, and what it does is that pentagram now actually does generate the gems, and it generates much more of them, and whenever the pentagram goes off, it absorbs gems from the field onto you. It's much easier to level up when you're at the level cap, essentially.
That's neat, I guess?
I don't see sort of...
Did it add anything else?
New bonus stage, new achievements. I think one new character, I'm not sure how you unlock it.
Okay.
So how easy do you find to like avoid projectiles in this? I've been having issues.
That's pretty easy. Also, this D weapon seems to be really good.
Yeah, Cell has the stack the same way and get their version of the weapon, right?
Yes.
I wonder how visible this actually was on the Game Gear screen.
I think it probably would have been fine.
I've only ever played an actual Game Gear once.
I had a Game Gear and it was... I played a lot. I remember playing it.
I feel like the Game Gear is in a way the predecessor to the Switch, because you always keep it plugged in, even though it's technically portable.
I actually don't remember keeping my Game Gear plugged in, but then again, I was also one of the few people who, I was one of the people who had a Nomad.
I've never seen a Nomad.
They're the complete opposite of ergonomic.
Did Nomads have like a TV out?
Yes. It had the exact same port as some of the later gen Genesis games, which I think they actually have RGB out.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think it has the same port that allows for RGB out. You could definitely get like composite.
You know, since we're on the subject, I do wonder how many people who stream are going to resort to getting like a Steam Deck once the dock is out, and basically streaming with a capture card on the Steam Deck. Because that would offload like your computer completely.
I was like, that would be like one of the things that I was thinking of the Steam Deck was possibly. Actually, it was more for having a PC that I could have in my living room.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how that one's gonna go, because the fact that you have your Steam library is a pretty big deal.
The thing that, well, so I don't know if how the thing handles, because I know like the base, like when you're using it as a handheld, it's 720p.
It's a bit chunky, from what I've seen.
I just don't know how good it will be at like anything other than like 720p.
I mean, doesn't when you dock it, doesn't 1080 in that case?
It might be, but I don't know how performance is.
Well, yeah, it's usually best to wait for like a year for like iterations. I know that the Valve Index had some issues when launch, but then like a few revisions later it was much better.
Yeah. And yeah, this feels more like what an Aleste game should be. Like this, yeah, this feels incredibly solid. And if you want to play it on the Switch and don't feel like, and are okay with maybe putting in more money to it than you probably should, M2 has a very good Aleste collection.
How much is that Aleste collection?
It's like 40 bucks.
Buy it? Is it digital or?
It's digital, yeah.
That's the one that also has the GGLS3, right?
Yep. That is the one that has the exclusive game that M2 made. The thing that bugs me about... Ooh, that laser seemed good. The thing that bugs me about that collection is that it is only the Master System games. It does not have the the MSX games.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because they're pretty close, but I do kind of wish that the MSX version of Aleste 1 has an additional stage.
Yeah, I could have sworn that the GGLS was exclusive for that Game Gear Mini. I didn't realize it was in the collection.
I'm pretty sure it's in the collection.
Okay. I'm not saying you're wrong, I just thought it was not in the collection.
Actually, I am like 99.9% sure because a certain file that I came across had a Aleste collection in it.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, that file did not run on my on an emulator, so.
Maybe we'll stream using the Steam machine. I mean, the issue is that Valve tends to release things and then kind of abandon them, so I don't know how much support Steam machines have in general.
Yeah, Steam Machine was a thing.
Yeah. Like, at least they still support VR, like the regular updates, and my, like, index framework is being updated, like, almost weekly.
Yeah, I need to add a index to one of the things I need to purchase. Because I have until 2023 before I need to completely abandon my Quest. Which is when they at least...
Is that when you have to use your Facebook account?
Yes.
Yeah. Probably gonna have to hold on to my Quest, just in case I want to use it for something. Plus, also, I'm very averse to selling off hardware, because I feel like, you know, 5 or 10 years down the line, I'm gonna regret it.
Actually, that's a good point. If I should... I wouldn't... Yeah. Thankfully, I am very close to a used game store, and I wonder if they would actually take the Quest. I imagine it wouldn't be that expensive, or for that much. But then again, I got it very much on sale.
I mean, Quests are sold at a massive loss. Hence them being so cheap.
Yeah. So this game has 8 stages. So I think I'll play this next one, and then move on to the next one.
Makes sense.
Go!
Ooh, bonus area. So, I'm gonna admit something. I don't actually know what the P power-ups are for.
As you gather them, they make your shot, like, they increase your default shot.
Okay. That's where a default shot.
It is something that is a lot more apparent on the MSX version because they give you a counter.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because I know that, like, the extra weapons are upgraded with the actual pickups.
Yep.
And yeah, you said earlier that the laser was pretty good. The laser is usually my favorite.
Yeah, I usually go for a laser type. Either the laser or the slow projectile type in compile games.
Yeah, I go either laser or spread shot.
My exception for that is Gunak, but that has weird weapon set. That one I like using the flamethrower.
Flamethrowers are also something good.
I love
flamethrowers and run and gun.
I love shmups that give you a melee option.
Yeah, I do the same.
Yeah, I use my quest exclusively in wired mode. I don't even like using the air link.
I think the quest is very good as an entry-level VR thing. Because I did PSVR, then Quest, and then Index, and I feel I would have never gone to Index directly if I hadn't used the Quest.
Oop. Oop, shoot. I'm not a huge fan of the inverted screen when you die. It's a little jarring. But it definitely gets the point across that you died. Alright. I think that's good for GG Aleste 1.
GG Nori.
Yes. That one's pretty good. There we go. So let's see, we got the Guardian Legend 11, Gardic. Aleste's at 9. I'd actually rather play the original Aleste. Galvelius. Aleste 2 is at 7. What's the next highest? Zanuck for the okay. Spriggan, I would definitely say is better than that game. I do see Zanuck as 6. I would definitely say that's definitely on par with the original Zanuck.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think like anything really stood out specifically. Like it's just kind of solid.
I think it's just a very good baseline compile shooter.
Yep.
Like it has all the tech boxes in it as well.
Yep. Alright, so let's move on to our last game for the evening. I guess that did good, so they made a sequel. And they even brought it over to the West. And by that, apparently did not come out in the US, it did come out in Europe, though. Which, I wonder how good... I wonder how the, Game Gear did in Europe. I wonder if it's... I don't think it's a situation where it's like the NES, where the Sega console did a lot better than the Nintendo one, but,
I think I would be surprised if the Game Boy did worse than the Game Gear. I think the Game Boy was pretty much universally and globally a phenomenon.
yeah. Alright, so. Next game.
So not to go too much off topic, but the new character is horrible in Vampire Saviors.
Great.
It is like probably the worst one they've ever made.
I look forward to seeing it. So, this one came out as Power Strike 2, although this is not a portable version of Power Strike 2. This is GG Aleste 2. Let's start. Options. Let's play it on easy. Alright. So, now we get an option of what do we want to start with. So let's see, we got Neo Napalm Gun, Hammerhawk, Delta Form, Rising Masher, and that's it. The D thing was good last time, so let's do Delta Form. Space Plant. Yep. So this one's a little bit different because you actually have bombs in this one. Which means that the other button on the Game Gear actually has a purpose in this one. It didn't in the first one. Oop. Got...
Oh, the jingle.
Yep. Oop. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one seems a lot more like the ones that they did that were like... This feels like, Spriggan and, Blazing Lasers.
Is the handle significantly different from the previous one you played?
Not in particular. Like, handling-wise, it feels the same. Outside of the, you know, the new bomb button. I don't like. I like the other deform. So it actually had the projectile, but also didn't. Something about the way that the little drones move around you feels really weird, or like looks really weird. Oops. Yeah, let's try something different. Alright, boss time. Oop, I want those peas. There we go. Wait, did that hit me, or...? Oh, so you have a shield. So this really does kind of... You go on... like the blazing lasers and... Let's see, if I get hit, does it kill me, or... Oh, no, I killed it, so it doesn't matter. Ground base. Okay. Nope, that is death. So yeah, it seems like if you get the pick up a power-up that you have the thing for, you will get a shield. This homing actually seems pretty decent. Homing in shmups is always like a weird mixed bag.
Well, yeah, because you offload the need to aim, therefore it deals less damage, and usually it deals so little damage it doesn't feel worth it.
Yep. As I say, okay, as I say, I got the masher weapon. I was wondering if it actually does anything for mashing, and it does not. This looks like a Contra boss.
I think it's because of the eyes.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Ooh. Didn't expect a fancy bonus stage for that.
Also, this feels really weird. It's a cool effect, but also it feels weird.
Isn't the Game Gear Panzer like that?
Kind of. It doesn't do it quite as good as this does, unfortunately. Bionic City. Yeah, I think this is probably the most effective weapon. Also, your default auto fire is also pretty good. Oh, R's that. Okay. I love that jingle.
You should make it your follow notification.
It might actually be in the cards. Consider I am actually working on a new notification system.
I've already got a follow notification I'm happy with.
Yours is pretty good. I don't like the look of the when your ship has a shield. Okay, I was about to say. Alright, what's the next stage? Let's see, Ancient Ruins. Alright, well, this game's really good, but I think we kind of get what this game has going for it. So I think...
It's also pretty similar to the previous one.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and rank this. So, Nope. Not that. Just gonna close that up. Let's see. Well, GG Aleste was 6. Let's
say this is better.
let me see what's in 5, and then I can see. Thunder Force 5, Speed Rumbler, Spriggan, Sega Ninja, Samurai Aces, Salamander 2, Rolling Thunder 2, Robotron, Res Infinite, Ray Force, R-Type, Delta / Leo, Musha Aleste. I don't think it's going higher.
I don't think it's as good as Musha Aleste.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just put it at 6 then.
But I mean, it's fine if it's the same rank as the previous one. They do look pretty much the same.
Yeah. Again, you're also still cramped on a Game Gear screen, so... Unless, I wonder, because I know that there's those hacks that translate Game Gear games into Master System games. I wonder if that has one.
I don't remember when I looked at whether that or not.
Because yeah, that might be interesting, but yeah. I think again, like the other game, they're just really good shmups. I mean, probably the best shmup on the Game Gear. So, nothing really to call out. They're just really good.
I'm trying to think of what the 8-bit shmups there are. They're like as good or better.
8-bit? Are you just thinking like Master System, or are you thinking just
8-bit? Just 8-bit in general.
That's as good. Zanuck is really good. Gunak is really good. I should have some. Which ones do I have? Like, oh, not there. The Fantasy Zone ports don't count. Yeah, Super Fan, that's 16-bit. 16-bit. Lattice, let's see. I don't think the Game Boy Color port of Magical Chase counts. That doesn't count. Super Amazing Wagon Adventure Turbo doesn't count.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that as 8-bit.
Bosconian, maybe? Even though that's an arcade game and that gets weird. Valkyrie doesn't count. Luck. Oh, that's SLG, not a... I'm like, no, SimCity's not a shmup. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get... Tracks for the Game Boy is really good. But yeah, I think this is about as good as shmups you're gonna get on the 8-bit.
Yeah, then 5 or 6 seems pretty good.
Which one game? That's right. Oh, Guardian Legend? That is at 11 because I think that game has really poor endgame. Like, I think the balancing for the end level, or the end game stuff, is a little bit not great. It has a really cool concept, but also the end game in that game's kind of bullshit. Anyway, I think that is going to do it for today. So let's talk about what we're doing tomorrow. Now, actually, I made sure to check to update it this time. So, thank you all for watching. Personal tours at Loaded Puzzlo. There's a Discord where you can chat with the community, take part in polls, and occasionally put stuff on for Media Delta. I do also have a Patreon. $2 and $5 tiers helps with hosting costs and various other things. If you're watching this in the VOD, twitch.tv/LoadedPuzzlo for watching it live. Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. There's also, if you want to watch VODs, the YouTube channel is the best place to do it because it gets the streams get uploaded at a higher quality. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern. This one will go up on Wednesday. There's also 2 exclusive shows on the YouTube channel that are Media Delta and Hazeltown Story. They get uploaded Thursdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. They are audio focused, so you can also listen to the podcast channel, which you can find by going to radio.ltp.life. So tomorrow, we are taking a look at 5 anime-based games that kind of forget why people like the source, and kind of just completely made the game kind of not great based on that, or just has really bizarre gameplay systems. Anyway, I'm gonna check to make sure. Let me double check. Alright, I'm gonna just send you all over to Axe, who is playing World War II something. But yeah. As I completely forgot. Wait, oh. As I completely forgot how to spell their username. There we go. Alright, well, talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.